project review, STOCKX. I am super stoked about this. I've been talking about this as like an NFT option that I want to make of my own. As I'm sure you know, I have a big Pokemon collection, old school kind of collection. So I thought, well, why can't I just attach each of my cards to an NFT as physical ownership? So if you own the NFT, if you wanted to, you could burn that NFT and I will send you your card, right? It was a cool thought on being able to sell my cards. Well, STOCKX is doing it. But STOCKX, if you're not familiar with them, is a place that not only sells like new stuff, but it's a marketplace for collectibles essentially. And now the way that they are different than say eBay or Amazon or whoever is that, for instance, I bought a lot of cards off of here. So right down here, you'll see like the 25th anniversary collection, right? I can click on this one. What's going to happen is this: I can buy and I can sell. I can also I can view sales over here and what they've gone through. I can kind of see these things like a chart format. They treat these things just like it's, like you're trading stocks or something, right? STOCKX. But the cool part about it is if you are somebody who is going to sell it, you can see what the highest bid currently is. Like, so I can put a bid up here, and if somebody wants to sell it to me for the 221 bucks, great, I'll get it for 221 bucks. The last person who got what they wanted was $228. The difference here is that if I were selling this box and somebody bought it from me, they're going to pay roughly a $10 fee on top of what they paid me. But I then have to ship my item to the STOCKX facilities. They will take my item and inspect it. They will inspect it and ensure that it's genuine. Then they give it this STOCKX like seal of approval in the form of like a sticker. In some cases, they wrap these things. They put their own saran wrap over them, but they're like legitimate. So you know that if you're buying something off here, it is legit. As you probably saw in the very front, if I don't know if we have any sneakerheads watching this, but that's one of the first things you see is sneakers. Jordan 3 retros, Jordan 5 retros, and you can see how many of these are actually being sold on their site. It's because they take the time to go through. And not only that, but in some cases, they do like a restoration to the items that show up. So like if I were selling, say, my PS5 or whatever, and I send it there, they'll actually clean it up a little bit. They actually try to make it look as nice as possible. And then they send it off to the person who bought it. So, with that said, with those facilities, it only made sense that they now moved on to NFTs. So they're currently doing what they call the STOCKX Vault, and they have NFTs in here. But the thing with the NFTs is that, yes, you are buying the NFT, right? And so you get this cool picture. It's on the blockchain. It's on Ethereum. It is available there. And so you own the NFT. It has an image. You get the front and the back. However, it sits in your portfolio here, and then I can immediately sell this NFT. Now, that sounds just like other NFTs here, but the catch-all here is that this NFT is actually attached to this item. So this is the STOCKX Vault NFT Supreme NG1 out of 100 RX78-2 Gundam action figure. It's an old school action figure. It's a replica done by Supreme, right? And this item is actually at STOCKX facilities, sits in one of their secure vaults, or who knows what a vault is to them, but it's secured by them, it's guaranteed by them, and now you have the NFT that represents it. So what does that mean? Well, I can hang on to this and hope that the price is going to go up in 5 years from now. I can resell this NFT. Or if I want, turn in your NFT, and within 45 days, you will have that physical item in your possession. So it's not just selling, this NFT. It's basically like having like a stock or a bond, like representing the worth of something else. But they're doing it for shoes. They're doing it for all sorts of stuff. So if you are somebody who is purchasing things I see two really cool avenues. If you're just trying to buy something to flip it, this is fantastic. I can buy the NFT that shows the actual item, that has the stats on the item, and I can guarantee that the item that it represents is official because it's coming from a reputable company like StockX. And so I can hang on to it and I can go and sell it if I want, right? Or I can hang on to it, and when I am ready to have it, let's say, I buy these shoes. I mean, I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't get it. I have a problem spending more than like $30 on shoes. So I'm like, I'm just going to go outside and get them dirty and messed up. If that's the case, I could technically have a fat shoe collection, and it's held and stored and taken care of by StockX in their facilities until such time that I want to redeem it and purchase them for myself. So, it's a cool, it's like the concept that I've always had for it. It's like a digital representation of a physical item that you don't necessarily have to ship around. So there's not the shipping cost. There's not like, issues with authenticity and stuff like that. You can only get one of these made if you can actually prove that the item is real. So for instance, these sneakers here, right? If you look at the sales, what are these? These are Nike Dunk Low Off-White lot 50. Let's see. It was sold on January 18th for $5,000. And then whoever sold that initial set as an NFT, again, those shoes are still just chilling over there at StockX, but somebody then turned around and flipped them and made $2,500 because they represent something that they can actually physically own. And now they've got it listed for $9,500. So there could be somebody that comes along and says, hey, I actually really want these shoes. They could buy the NFT, and in a couple of weeks, they could just exchange this NFT for the actual shoes, and they'll be shown up to their house, guaranteed to be legitimate and in great shape. So that's cool. That's cool. That's where I kind of see, if you take that same principle and you can apply it to, say, housing, the housing market. You could apply it to cars. Like, instead of having to run around with a title, I just have an NFT that proves my ownership of this on a database that's secured by like an approving authority, right? This is where I'm seeing the future of NFTs going, whether people understand it or not. Because in the future, you might not even really have to call this an NFT. You could just simply put this for sale up on your site, and when you're ready to redeem, you can. And if you want to sell it, you could. I mean, the NFT is really just more like a secure proof of ownership. So I think it's neat. They have a lot of different items. It's not just, just shoes and stuff, but they've got the action figures on here. They've got cards, like actual cards, graded cards around here. They've got shirts that have been made into NFTs. I don't know who's paying $400 for a shirt, and if you are, like, hook me up. I'm your boy. But it's a cool feature, and I'm glad that somebody stepped. That's neat. That's neat. That's super neat. It actually takes the whole idea of me turning my collection into NFTs. I might just do that. I might sell some of my cards as NFTs right on here, and let it kind of chill there for sale. And now I don't have to worry about shipping it out and dealing with all the hassle. I can just kind of let them handle it. So